Submissions 101. I'm going to talk about complicated moves versus simple moves. Now, this is a very hot topic out in Jiu Jitsu land, and people just talk about, they just need the simple moves. You've got your triangle choke, you've got your lapel chokes, you've got your arm bars, your kimuras, your Americanas, and that's it. That's all you need. And it's the bread and butter, and that's what works higher percentage of the time, and that's what a lot of people will advocate. Now, I have no problem with any simple moves. I think they're great. I use them all the time, and they're simple moves and they work for a reason. Now, the reason that complicated moves exist is because if everyone is using the same tools in the toolbox, you know what's coming and you can easily defend against that. So the evolution of Jiu Jitsu is that people start making new drills and ways to attack. Remember, repetition of complicated moves make them simple. You may look at, say, the pentagram or the twister or just the crucifix or something like that and say, wow, that's really, really complicated. I never get that, and it's a low percentage move, and forget it. I'm not even going to bother learning it or anything like that. But if you look at somebody, you know, like a twister master, if you look at Eddie Bravo or something like that, you can see that that complicated move is being broken down to simplicity because he knows exactly how it works and he can break it down and he can pull it off. So is it a complicated move? Well, to maybe the layman, yeah, it is, but to someone who's put in the repetition and time, it isn't. And so if you don't learn how to defend against complicated moves or exotic moves, then you'll get caught in them. So just following that straight and narrow path and not thinking outside the box is going to get you in trouble, at least in my opinion. So Jiu-Jitsu is kind of like a virus, right? And what happens is viruses will mutate, and they mutate so they can attack the body. If you just have the same virus, then our body's immune system will build up against it and it will never attack. So it has to evolve, and Jiu-Jitsu has to evolve the same way. And it's been like that, a huge explosion probably over the last, I'd say, 15 years of Jiu-Jitsu evolving. And I'm not only talking about just Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu submission grappling, I'm talking about reality defense stuff, Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, Goshin, and what's practical to today's world. While there's classical Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, which uses sword work and Jo staff and things like that, which is great, I do it myself. There's also styles which are now evolving. Hey, you've got to learn how to defend against the stuff that we're encountering in the real world, such as bottles, knives, clubs, and that type of thing. So that's the evolution of the martial arts. It will always keep evolving. So my opinion is the more tools you have in your toolbox, complicated, simple, is going to make you a more well-rounded Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, and it's going to make it harder for your opponent to defend against your attacks.